Awesome. Buddies, season 2, episode 3. We're here. Warren Ginsberg joining for the third time this season. We tried to get someone else on, and that didn't happen. He had a legitimate excuse. I won't put him on blast. But at some point, we do want to have more guests on and have you guys more involved. Loving the chatter in the group chat. Everyone seems pretty involved this year. So yeah, that's a good thing. I think who hasn't been on?
Joe J-Lav.
Correct.
What if? And Brock.
Dylan.
Let's go back to the first three. Barber, Joe, J-Lav. What if we did a podcast, just them three? We're not on it. They send it.
I would love nothing more.
Watch the shit out of that.
Absolutely. Just let them go nuts. Talk about whatever. No structure or no structure. It's not up to us.
They can talk about how neither one of them have ever seen one of the podcasts.
They don't even know what this is about. What are we talking about?
No idea what this is.
I love it. All right. Well, thinking this might be a shorter one. We're going to go through some of the matchups, but we're going to start. You apparently have some news, and I have no idea what this is, so I am finding out about it in real time. So, your floor.
I have groundbreaking news.
Okay.
Check your calendar.
Okay. Pulling it up.
I gotta look at mine too, because I don't actually remember the date. There it is. 13 days from now, September 28th, Wednesday. Guess who I will be having beers with?
Who?
Ryan Parrish. I'm off to Tampa Bay.
That's great. That's fantastic.
Tampa Bay.
I did know that news. He let me know that. So excited. I'm still just as excited for you guys and to hear it out of your mouth. That's exciting. What are you headed for Tampa Bay for? To Tampa Bay for? Is that work? And you just
flying in, land at like 11 p.m. on Tuesday, wake up, got some animal lab. We're going to stick my product into a pig.
Okay.
And try to impress like 20 doctors with how cool it works. And I was like, I guess our body's the same as a pig, so if it works in the pig, it should work in us. Yeah. And I've done it like 4 p.m, and then I could either fly home, which is a fast turnaround and fly across country, or I can stay one more night, hang out with Ryan Parrish.
That's awesome. This is years in the making.
I might hate him.
You might hate him. Listen, I've known Ryan Parrish for well over a decade, close to 15 years. I still hate him.
I don't want to be like thrown off. Like, oh, didn't expect that.
Ryan's taller than you think.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Ryan's pushing 6 feet.
Wow.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like 5'9".
No.
Okay.
Yeah. But he's a good guy. Love Ryan. Love you, Ryan. He watches these. Funny story. He actually was watching this in his office. He broadcasted it to the TV. So shout out to the Northwest Mutual of Tampa division.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. You know who you are. Okay. Awesome. Well, that's good news. Okay. That's like 2 weeks from now. That's not even that far out.
I'm excited.
Awesome. Let me know. FaceTime me. We FaceTimed him when we did our draft. So, let's all be friends.
All right.
Okay. Well, let's dive into last week. We're going to go through. Some people are not loving their teams. Hand up, Warren. Ryan Parrish, speaking of the devil, he's taken over this intro of the podcast, but he hates his team. That's not new. Everybody knows that Ryan is ready to make a blockbuster trade. Kale has also chimed in and said that he is ready to unload almost everybody. So people, I think, are ripe for transactions. So if anyone's got a heavy trigger finger for some trades, sure.
Very sincere question, and I take full accountability. But who the fuck is Breece Hall? And why did I take him at the 32nd pick?
Because he was ranked really highly, and he fell, and you felt like you had to because he's a starting running back.
Is he?
Yeah, I do think he is. Michael Carter's really good. I think the Jets are not very good because Joe Flacco is their quarterback.
Hey, that guy won a Super Bowl.
Yeah, once upon a time.
Hey, it's more than Josh Allen.
Who was his top wide receiver when he won Super Bowl? I don't know.
Steve Smith?
That was my guess, but I don't know if he was on that Super Bowl team. So I'll tell you everything. Does that mean Flacco is better than we think?
I was just gonna say Flacco.
I don't even know if he ever even played for the Ravens. He played for the Jets. So Brees Hall. I mean, Brees Hall's gonna be really good. Spoiler alert: me and you talked a little trade shortly before this, and Brees Hall was involved. And it's not quite dead, but we're gonna need to see more. And I think you feel that way about him as well. You don't know enough about him.
Well, this is the thing with me as a fantasy owner, which is very much I take this characteristic from Zucker. Brees Hall did not perform great. He had like 7.5 points. I'm willing to trade him to you for a guy who's suspended right now.
It's true.
Just get rid of him. Here you go. You take him. Next week, or this week, he has 2 touchdowns. I want Saquon Barkley for him.
Today's price is not today's price.
Exactly. So you get him while you can, because I'm about to change my team name to Brees Hall after this week.
Well, speaking of team names, let's just get right into it. I have Saquon Barkley, and I took a risk when I drafted him first round. I said, I'm all in. This is either the year I'm going to be in the losers bracket because I took Saquon Barkley, or he's just going to go off and show people why he's Saquon Barkley. And as of week 1, he looks great. I still lost, but he looks great. And so therefore I tried to change my team name. Saquon Barkley, well, Saquon is a banned word by ESPN. I literally cannot include his name in my fantasy football team name, even though he is arguably the best player on my team.
The other night, Sunday night, Amy and I had a intense discussion on whether or not both of my legs put together were as big as Saquon's.
I personally, without having done the comparison, would say no.
No. What did we come up with, Amy?
Yes.
My 2 legs are bigger. No, she says no. No. Yes.
That man is maybe your torso is a better comp.
Amy's torso.
Well, not currently.
Currently.
Actually, yeah, currently. That's funny. That's fine. All right, let me share my screen. Let's talk through some of these matchups, and then we'll move on. We've got the POWs again this week, so we're gonna go over those. Share screen.
By the way, if we get to like week 6, and I ask you what's a POW and you don't know, you're out of the league.
Out of the league.
Out of the league.
Out of the league. Because you don't even have to watch this to know about it, because I dropped them in a text in the group chat. So
important. And let's also continue with the fact that we're both 0-1.
We are. The POWs did not go well for us last week. We're jumping ahead segments here, so we'll talk about it, but it did not go well. Similar to most bets that I place on sports. So let's talk about these matchups. First and foremost, J-Lav, bravo, kicked my ass. Thanks to you, I should feel phenomenal about my team. I should be on a high. I should be talking shit right now. And I am second guessing my team and already talking to Warren about trades, because even though I put up almost 150 points, I still lost. So
wait, didn't we discuss that J-Lab has the best big 3 in the league by far?
By far.
Now let's look at this big 3.
By far.
37, 35, what is that? 72 plus 25. What is that? 94. What did I have? 87. Okay. Beat my team.
Cool. J-Lab arguably has the number 1 players at their position.
Yep.
So yeah, J-Lab, somebody's got to take him down. If you do not make it deep into the playoffs, something went horribly, horribly wrong for you. It's only week 1, but let's be honest. Again, look at that. That's incredible. So, kudos to you. Going down Joe's team. Let's dive into here, because he's struggling. I mean, losing Dak. I don't know when he's going to pick up a quarterback, but is he back in the country?
He lost Dak. When was that in the game?
This was late in the game.
He got hurt late in the game?
Later in the game, yeah. So Dak was not having a strong game to begin with, so it was already going to look kind of ugly, but now he's out.
Combination of not having a strong game and getting a broken thumb or whatever the hell happened.
Mm-hmm.
Still had more points than my guy Aaron Rodgers.
Another conversation we had off mic, if you will. when are these players going to stop just accepting the big money and risking or betting on themselves and going places? Aaron Rodgers didn't have to sign that extension.
Where should he be?
Anywhere he wants.
He should be in Miami.
Wherever he wanted to go, they were going to give him that same money.
He should be in Miami.
He could be in Miami. He could be on the Jets, handing the ball to Breece Hall. You feel much better?
I would not trade him for anybody.
Nope, you wouldn't. So anyway, I don't know. But let's see. I mean, money's money. I get it. I've never been presented with $50 million a year in salary, so I'd probably sign that as well. What you got?
Amy, can you let Poppy in? She's gonna go to Lavinia's. This is on air.
This is live.
Live. Get
Fuck
the dog.
We'll do it live.
Fuck it. We're gonna do it live.
Make sure your dog doesn't jump over the fence. So, all right. So getting back to Joe's team here, it's where do you think he needs to make a move? I mean, he stacked Dak and CeeDee Lamb, which
I can tell you right now, right off the bat,
yeah.
Antonio Gibson's got to go because my man up and running.
Brian Robinson
Back.
How you get
on draft day, and he's back.
Back with 3 weeks later.
Couple bullets to the cheeks. He's got 4 buttholes now, and he's in.
I'm telling you right now, if I ever get shot in my life, not doing anything physical, let alone intense physical activity on a professional level. So he's a better man than me. Joe, this could get really ugly really fast. Antonio Gibson might be his best player right now.
Did T. Higgins go down?
T. Higgins went down. He didn't play last week. Or no, he started. He went down.
He'll be back. He'll be fine. I'm more concerned with CeeDee Lamb.
CeeDee Lamb, Alvin Kamara, he had a little bang up, so I think he'll be okay, but he didn't look amazing. I think he'll be fine.
Here's a question. Off league, different league. I'm in Cody's little brother's league. I was a late fill-in.
Okay.
With Alvin Kamara and Joe Mixon.
Yep.
This guy I'm playing offered me, or no, I offered him Alvin Kamara for Devontae Adams, straight up.
I think that's a fair trade. Scary.
He countered Devontae Adams for Joe Mixon.
Ooh.
And now I don't know what to do.
Who are your running backs? I know this has nothing to do with the current league we're in, but now I'm intrigued.
Everyone chime in. What should I do? It's who am I right? I got a lot of them.
Or a better question, who are your wide receivers if you lose Devontae Adams? I would assume you have better wide receiver options.
I'm getting him.
Oh, you're getting Devontae Adams. So who are your running backs that you can just give up Joe Mixon after?
I think I can give up Joe Mixon, but I'll give up Kamara. I've got Jake.
Your running backs that you can give up Alvin Kamara.
Oh, I guess I don't. I've got Jake Dobbins and Elijah Mitchell.
No, that's an easy decline.
I would have done it for Kamara. I don't want that.
Joe, I wish you the best of luck. Hopefully you're back in the country. Start making some moves. Let's talk about your team. Since you're on the pod, you don't love your team. Let's get right into it. What are you feeling? I know Aaron Rodgers is a pain point for you right now. I think he'll be okay. I think he's just coming down from his ayahuasca high.
Whoever watches this, everyone, and it's funny. I feel like the people that watch this are the people that will make a trade. So that's good.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone is available except Debo because he's a good keeper. I'm not going to give up on him this early, and he's going to get more carries. And Travis Kelce, I'm just going to keep him because he's so reliable, and I like that. So everybody else, even Evan McPherson, as badass as that dude is, he's available.
He's replaceable. And that goes back to the whole thing. It's like, oh, you don't like your coach? Great. You can fire him, but who are you going to replace him with? Travis Kelce, you could trade him, probably get a decent wide receiver back or something like that, but who's your tight end? Exactly. So, all right. Well, you're open for business. Listen, I think key factor right here, this guy.
Up and running.
Listen, if you don't believe in him, I don't know what to tell you. Guy, he might be, we talk about Adrian Peterson and his recovery time. This guy, you might challenge him for that. Alabama running back, by the way. Can't go wrong.
Should we have like an agreement on my new team name, though? Gun Down, I thought was really good. It was fast. The report came in, but he's better. Like, I can move on from it now. I feel like my whole team's been gunned down after this week, but Impulse up and running.
Okay.
I also like 4 buttholes.
Ooh,
And also, if that gets approved and Saquon doesn't, you should send an email.
talk about it. ESPN. You know my feelings on ESPN. You know how I feel about them. He's the top running back in the league, and I can't use his first name in my team name. Garbage is that. How I feel. All right, everyone else. Barber quietly put up 150 fantasy points.
You know what's frustrating?
What?
Outside of JLav,
Yep.
the 3 highest scoring teams
Mhm.
are the 3 last champions. Like, we need some parity in this league.
That's fair. That's fair.
No, Brock's not going to do it. Somebody else got to come to the top.
I still think that Dylan's team is sneaky good. I know that's your brother's team name, sneaky but safe, but I think it's Dylan. I think his team had a week 1, but I think he's going to be.
Dylan's always got the most like 7th grade insult type names. Christian McDicken, your mom?
Talk about it.
Where did you? There's no way you Googled that. Dylan was typing this up in between, and he was like, "Haha, that's awesome."
That's awesome. And he also used you are. That's phenomenal. That's great.
Christian McDicken, your mom.
It's just so simple, yet so Dylan. Chris McCaffrey. The Panthers hate him. Why do the Panthers hate him?
I don't know what happened. What happened? They didn't give him the ball?
No, I don't know. Let's check his stats. This is, I guess I have it.
Touchdowns for the bulk of the game, right?
They gave him 10 carries.
They were losing. What about his receptions? 4. That's the problem. 4 receptions is the real problem. If he had 10 carries and 10 catches, you wouldn't be saying this. And honestly, they probably would have won.
Let's be honest. Where did they used to have targets on here somewhere? Apparently they took them off, and Yahoo only does that. And Sleeper, by the way, Sleeper.
They have it. Go up.
Where's his targets?
Complete stats.
Oh my God, I got to click multiple things. It's opening another window. Come on. No, I'm not doing
There
this.
it is. There it is.
I'm not doing it.
All right.
Here's the thing, Carolina, you either can put the ball in the hands of Christian McCaffrey, who you should probably just be milking at this point. If he gets hurt again, you're not giving him money. So give him the ball, or you can give it to Baker Mayfield. How has that worked out the past 5 years?
I have a question in football.
Yeah, go for it.
Like, I know in basketball it's different because you get opportunities to go back and forth, one-on-one, back and forth.
Right.
But with a guy like Baker who's like, I can't wait to see them on the field, I'm going to fucking kill him. Even if they won the game by what? They were up 2 or something before the field goal?
Yes.
Is that like sticking it to him, or I didn't play amazing? Like, how do you...
Let's be completely honest. The Panthers are going to be one of the worst teams in the league, and hopefully they get either 1, 2, or 3, and they draft Bryce Young, and Baker is somewhere in the Canadian football league.
Right.
Because unfortunately, just like a Cam Newton, Baker's not a backup quarterback. You cannot have him as a backup quarterback on your team. It's just not, it's not a good thing. Okay, that's week 1. If we didn't talk about your team, you're probably middle of the pack. I'm sure we'll talk about you in another week.
Ben had a text. He texted me. He's like, Barber made him lick his leather Cheerio. Made me giggle.
It's funny. Yeah, look, I literally just giggled. So, yeah. Ben had a good week. 120. Here's the thing. You want to score in our league between 115 to 120 points to feel safe for a W, unless your opponent just also has a bad week. Looking at you, Brock. With 94 points.
Wait. Brock got a win.
Brock got a win, 94 points. He played Ryan Parrish, who, if you feel terrible about your team, Ryan also feels terrible about his team. So I'm going to move on, but let's talk about it.
Zeke is not good. I don't know why he did that.
I don't know why he did that. It's not looking good at this point.
I don't like either of his receivers.
No.
Huh.
I mean, he's got a good keeper. I think it's got potential. It's got potential, but he's got guys to make moves. He can make moves, and he will. He will.
Hey, Ryan. First of all, change your team name. I don't like it.
By the way, offered him Matt Gay because he picked up a kicker in a trade, just to swap kickers. He didn't want to do it. So
Just to swap them?
Well, I was going to drop Matt Gay because it's a kicker and I don't really care. And I was actually going to pick up Suck Up, who he doesn't even have anymore. So
Get him.
I don't know how that worked. So I'm going to go pick him up.
I'm going to throw this out there. Ryan, if you want Breece Hall, call me.
Okay. All right. That was week 1.
It sucked.
Week 2 is starting.
And I sucked fantasy. You have this whole buildup from like January to August, right? I mean, I say this buildup, like you forget about football for a little bit in there, right? NBA playoffs, March Madness, that's all cool stuff. And then you get to August, you get all excited, you do this draft, do mocks, and then week 1, you lose every bet and your fantasy team is trash. Where do we go from here?
Deposit more money.
Might join a softball league. One that specifically plays on Sundays.
Good news. NBA preseason starts in 1 month.
Fantastic news.
So, I mean, we're still going to watch football over everything, but at least you can say, it's basketball season. So, and I'm not a college guy. I'm not a college football person. I don't
care.
It's a superior product or inferior product. I don't want to watch students.
Remember that time on DirecTV, they called me, they tried to upsell me on SEC Network. I had this talk with them. They didn't care, but I let them know.
This is one of Ryan Parrish and I's infamous debates. Ryan, huge college sports guy.
If I'm in high school, I don't care if I'm a freshman or a senior. I'm not going to watch JV play. I'm going to the varsity game.
Yep.
It's simple.
All the time. If you were in like algebra 2 the day before, I don't want to have money.
Algebra 1. Don't do it.
You're staring at a whiteboard. Don't want you on my television. That's how I feel.
So,
all right, so let's talk about this week's POWs. We talked about last week. We were 0 for 4. Shred us, whatever. Everybody's bad at betting. I don't care. If you were good at betting, you'd be on TV somewhere or in Vegas, and you're not. So
the guys on TV have like a 62% success rate. Like I get that, like that'll make you good money, but like we're not over here at like 80%.
And you know what? I actually had a rule. I'm glad I did it for the sake of the pod and the league. I bet. I told myself I wasn't going to bet week 1. Stay away from it. We don't know who's actually good, who's not good, all that good stuff, blah, 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 blah. But now, as we were going through our parlays for this week, the lines are even scarier. I don't even know what's going on. So
the money lines are the safest thing in the world if you don't care about making money.
Fair.
Games.
Yeah.
I can predict the future. Broncos are not losing. Rams are not losing. Packers are not losing. Who else do we got?
Bills Titans.
Yeah, I mean, I bet the Bills, like they're not going to lose, but they're not one. Bengals are not losing.
Bengals not losing.
If you want to go money line, you want to turn $10 into 12. There's a lot of good options out there.
Finish with more than you started.
All right, let's do this.
All right, let's talk about it. So let's start with yours. You have 6 games on your parlay this week.
I did a teaser because I'm a pussy.
It is a teaser, so all of these lines are bought down essentially. You have the Bucs plus 2.5 versus the Saints. We'll get to it, but I also have that game on mine. I took the reverse. I have the Saints plus 2.5.
Plus 2.5. We can both win.
We can both win. We can easily both win. The stat that got me is that Tom Brady as a Buc is 0-4 versus the Saints. And all of his receivers didn't practice yesterday.
But what's the record against Jameis Winston?
It's probably good. But I at least know last year he lost to him because he's 0-4. And the year before that, he lost to him twice because he's 0-4. Actually,
he lost to Drew Brees twice the year before.
But wasn't Drew Brees injured for one of the games?
Well, he lost to Taysom Hill.
That's even worse.
I don't care. Taysom Hill is a legend.
By the way, Taysom Hill, he would have been a great pickup, but he's listed as a quarterback, so no thank you.
No, he's a tight end.
He's a quarterback in ESPN.
No, I put in a waiver claim for him as they must have switched it literally this week.
It's possible.
No, somebody picked him up, and I was mad.
We're doing it live. Oh, he is a tight end in Brock picked him up. Good pickup.
Great pickup.
For tight ends, yeah, great pickup.
Tight end playing Wildcat.
Okay, yeah. Never mind. I take back everything I just said. Great pickup.
I'm prepared.
Right, let's continue with this. You have Rams -5.5 versus the Falcons. Good bet. Have no issues there. 49ers -3.5 versus the Seahawks. Bengals -2.5 versus the Cowboys. You are so safe. You are just so safe.
I lost every bet last week, and I suck at fantasy. I need a win, a moral victory here.
Okay, number 5, Broncos -4.5 versus the Texans, and then finally Packers -4.5 versus the Bears. So yeah, I mean you could easily go 6-0 this week. Your total winnings $20 to win 140.
6-0, isn't it just 1-0?
Yes, but for the sake of kind of which we're predicting, I'm keeping record.
You referred to yourself last week as 0-4. You meant you lost every game.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I didn't. I just lost.
Oh, well then you were 3-1.
I was.
So head to head, you're up on me. You're up on me 3-1 to 0-4.
Keep that score. Just the bet. It's one bet.
Okay, I'm cool with that.
Much easier.
All right, I'm cool with that. All right, so mine, we'll go through this quick. Panthers versus Giants under 43.5. The Giants haven't hit an over in quite a bit. I saw that stat as well, and I don't know it off the top of my head. Probably should have written it down, but I didn't. So I just know that that's a stat that I was interested in. And the Panthers stink. And while I love Saquon, the Giants also stink. So under 43.5, I'm taking it. We talked about Saints. I have Saints +2.5. I took the Raiders money line versus the Cardinals. The Cardinals look pretty bad. Their defense is not good.
Luke has been hooping at Mountain Side Fitness.
Yeah, I just don't want him. The last player that was related to Arizona was Terrell Suggs, and he tore his Achilles at Lifetime Fitness. So,
and he still plays.
He's and he's a millionaire. Nothing wrong. He would do it all over again. Bengals -7.5 versus the Cowboys. It's really bad in Dallas, so I think the Bengals come out. Bills money line versus the Titans. That's very safe. And then I'm going on a limb. I'm taking the Texans +9.5 versus the Broncos, and not because I think they win or anything, but 9.5 is a lot of points, and the Texans actually have been playing teams close, so I think they cover.
Bet on that neck guy.
Yeah, why not? I don't know.
We don't need. You're betting on a team in the NFL, and you don't know the name of the quarterback. The neck guy.
Davis Mills.
There we go.
Long neck.
The neck guy. Let's go with that.
Where did he go to college?
I don't know. He's got like a 19-inch neck.
He feels like he went to, I know this isn't the answer, but doesn't Davis Mills sound like he went to like University of Pittsburgh?
No.
I think that's what I envision.
No. He went to North Carolina State.
No. He does. You're saying that because of Mike Glennon, who is also the neck guy.
And there was one other guy that went there too, right?
Russell Wilson. Who, and I made this point, Russell Wilson, he wears too many pads. Him and Cam Newton, you wear too many pads. You can't have the flak jacket with the big shoulder pads, with it's not a good look.
Who's the guy that could never wake up on time for his flight?
From Arkansas. Played for the Patriots, played for the Texans.
I thought he went to North Carolina State.
No. Arkansas. SEC. No.
Ryan Mallett.
Yep, Ryan Mallett. Yep, absolutely. That guy, what a shit show. Good for him. He made millions of dollars in the NFL, and we didn't, but I still somehow deep down feel like I'm a better person than him.
Is he in the league still?
No, absolutely not.
No.
I don't even think he's playing football anymore. That guy hasn't put on shoulder pads in years. I'm confident he hasn't been in the league since freaking 2015.
Wrong. He is on the
the Dallas whatever in the XFL. What are we talking about here?
in for. He's on the Generals.
I thought they folded that league.
maybe. How'd they do? How'd the Generals do?
Not good enough to be relevant.
There's not even data on them. That's how bad they are. No, they won it all.
Ryan Mallett is a champion?
Yeah.
Wow, good for him. I take everything back I said.
Wow.
Actually, no, I don't. I do not. I stand by everything I said.
All right.
Cool. Let's wrap it up. That's episode 3. We didn't have a lot to talk about this week, so we just kind of rambled for a while, but I had fun. You have fun?
I had a great time. Episode 4, stay tuned. Hosted by Joe, J-Lav, and Barber.
Yep. Coming to you next week.
Sweet.
See you guys.
All right. Look.